Hi friends, this is your Python partner here, and today we are going to design a small game to find our true love. Or it is like you are just going to get a entry point to the magical world where your true love is awaiting you. Okay, so let's see. So whenever we think about true love, first thing comes to our mind is it is of course very precious. Then we could say it is very rare, and someone even say that it doesn't exist. All the things only exist in fairy tale or something a fantasy world, right? So in the perspective of programming, how are we going to create a small game for you to find your true love? Okay, so this is what this entire video is all about. So this program is going to enhance your knowledge about the usage of functions. Okay, so first we have to divide this game to several parts. Okay, so apart from main loop, okay, this is a game, okay, where is a main loop running, and apart from that we have some 5 different functions here. Okay, let me give you a small introduction regarding this, then we can just go straight to the program and we can just discuss it line by line. Okay, so friends, first we are going to see about the function game entry. Okay, so it is like a starting point of your journey towards your true love or to the land where your true love is awaiting you. As usual, it is going to welcome you and it is going to tell about this magical portal that is awaiting you, as well as you can play a game and you can find your true love, all this blah blah blah. Okay, will be given here. And this function is going to ask for only 2 things, that is a name as well as a choice. Okay, so choice is nothing but we are just going to ask the user to enter any number between 1 to 5. Okay, so any number could be that. So this is the only thing this function is doing. After getting all these things, so friends, now we are just going to send this choice variable as an argument to our next function. What is the next function? This game startup. Okay, so let's see this game startup function. So from the function definition itself, you got to know that this function requires only one parameter. It is user guess. And now you know from where this user guess value is coming from. Where it is coming from? Of course, it is from game entry. And the choice variable which has been passed as an argument is going to be the value of this parameter user guess. Okay, so I hope you know about parameters and arguments and different types of arguments and all. If not, I really request you to go watch that video. I have included the link in description box, so do watch that, otherwise it will be very much confusing for you. For others, let's follow here. So let's see what is happening inside this game starter function. So we are starting this function with only one parameter value, that is nothing but user guess. But inside this function, computer is also guessing a number. Okay, it is generating a random number from the sequence 1 to 5 using the method randint. So I hope you really remember about this randint of method. It is nothing but it is a function inside the random module, and it is just going to give you or generate a random integer from the specified range. Okay, starting and end point will be included in that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From this 5 number, computer is also going to guess a number. Okay, so this is what is happening. And here there is an if loop. Okay, it is going to compare our guess, that is user's guess, to the computer guess. Okay, and if it matched in sense, the user is going to be teleported to the front gate of the magic land. Okay, where he or she is going to enter the magic spell on the magic screen. Okay, so inside that we are asking the user whether they want hint about the spell. So for that there is an yes and no different conditions, and if yes we are just going to provide the same, and if it is no we are just going to ask them to go on with their so spell, whatever it is. So after the spell is being entered there, okay, after the spell is entered there, what actually next is happening? The spell is passed to our next function. The next function that we are going to talk about is magic door. So to that magic door, spell is passed as an argument. Okay, so let's see what is happening inside this magic door. So now this magic door function, it got only one parameter value. It is the spell, and from where it is coming? It is coming from that game start. Okay, so from there the argument is passed here to this parameter spell. Okay, it is a positional argument type here too. So inside this magic door, we are just going to check whether the user entered spell is equal to the spell that we have given. And if once it is same, we are just going to open the door, and of course they are just going to explore the magic land to find their true love. If not, there is an else condition. We are giving a user an option whether he or she wish to play the game once again. from start. Okay, so if they type yes, we have an if loop, it is going to start that game from the starting point. What was it? Game entry. And if not, is game on, it is going to be set false. So now what is this is game on? So is game on is nothing but it is a flag variable with boolean values true or false. Okay, it is going to determine whether the game has to keep on running or to stop it depending upon the value that this is game on variable has at that time. Okay, so in this program we have already done two things explicitly. So one is that we imported random module because we have already used randint method inside our functions. So without importing this random module, we'll get error. Okay, so that one thing. Another thing, we have used a flag variable is game on, and at first itself we have set the value to true. Okay, so only when that value is true, our game loop will start to run and our game will start. Okay, so that is the thing. So at first itself we have given that, and what is happening inside this functions instance when the certain conditions are met, we can stop our game by just setting the is game on value by false. So what here happens when the user doesn't wish to play once again, we are just going to turn that is game on variable's value to false. Okay, so once when our loop finds it as false, then program will stop running. Okay, so that is the thing. So how did we end up here? How do we reach this magic door? Of course, when our guess of number equals with computer's guess, we are teleported to this magic door where we entered spell, all the things happen. So we have to discuss what would happen whether our guess is not matching to the computer guess. So what would happen? Or that we have two loops inside that same game start function. One is an elif loop and as well as else loop. So in elif loop, if the user's guess is something, if it is an even number, okay, if it is an even number but it doesn't match with computer guess, no problem, you are just going to take into the obstacle. So for that, it is going to print sorry, you guessed the wrong number and you have entered to a wrong entrance, and your first obstacle is to cross the river. Okay, so that is a function next we are going to discuss. So if the elif loop is going to be executed, you are just going to reach that cross river of function. So from the function definition of this cross river itself, you know that this function doesn't require any sort of arguments because there is no parameters required to run this function. So inside this function, there are simple some warning messages like better luck next time, and it is not wise to go to the flooded place, something like that. And we are just going to do only one thing. We are just going to change the value of the flag variable to false. Okay, so that our program would stop running. Okay, so this happens when the user guess is an even number. And once when, if our user guess is not even number, but as well it doesn't match with computer's guess in sense, what would happen? Our else block will be executed. So else block is another obstacle. There it is coming. Yes, again we are going to print sorry, you guessed the wrong number. Seems like you entered the wrong entrance. And from there we are just going to call the function cross forest of. Okay. See, next function we are going to discuss is cross forest of. In the cross forest of function, from there you know there is no parameter required. It is also simply some sort of warning messages like inside that forest there are so many poisonous snakes are waiting for you. So you can't go now and better luck next time. And again here what are we going to do? We are just going to change the value of is game on to false. Okay. So this is what happens. So friends, now we have discussed all our five functions of this program as well as the flag variable and sort of importing the random module and all the things. And now we are just going to discuss about our main game loop. Okay, so this while loop is our main game loop. It starts to run this program if is game on is true. At first we have already set to true. So then it enters the while loop, and here this game entry is our starting point. Okay, so this is the first call that we made to this game. So from this game entry, this program will keep on running to game start, from there to magic door or to cross forest or cross river. Okay, so after completing this one sequence, our program will come back to this while loop. Okay, then it will enter the second line and it will set this is game on to false. And now once when it can go back to while loop, the is game on variable holds value false. Okay, so then our program stops. Okay, so this is it. And So friends, this is the output. See that a person named Sam entered a number which is equal to computer guess. So he got teleported and yes, he entered to that front gate of Magic Land, and from there he asking for hint as well. After getting hint, he typed that spell as well. Then he got that permission to explore the land. He's a very lucky guy. Then there is another two persons who played this game as well, and one was Sunny, but unfortunately his number was mismatched with computer's guess, so he seems to enter the wrong entrance where he was taken to our function, that is Cross River of. Okay, so that is the thing. Another person was Priya. Okay, she too entered a number which was mismatched with the computer's guess, and so she entered our cross forest of that obstacle. So where poisonous snakes are waiting, so probably this not wise to go now. So they were both sent back. So this is it. So friends, I really hope you enjoy this game program. So I just want you to analyze this complete program. Okay, so starting from the game loop, start to analyze what is the first function call, and from first where it is going, and what all other function calls, and what is the arguments and parameters. Just try to analyze all these things. Play with this program as much as possible. And if you really wish to make this program more interesting in sense, just go and change that rand integer method inside that sequence from 1 to 5 to 1 to 50. Okay, so from 50 numbers, if computer is going to guess a number and user is going to guess a number, it would be more interesting. Okay, so it will be very difficult, or at times it may take some time for you to match with computer's guess. So only then you could go to magic door, if not always ending with the forest obstacle or river obstacle. So it is going to be more interesting. Okay, so play with this concept as much as possible. Only then you'll be so good in functions. Okay, don't be afraid because the program looks a little bit bigger, but the concepts are very simple. Okay, only two places you have positional arguments. So just see what are the positional arguments passed and what is the values of parameters when it is reaching, and likewise just play with this. Okay, you could definitely write more big and beautiful programs. So just join me in this journey of learning. Let's make this journey more interesting with so many programs and as well as games like this. And don't forget to like the video. Bye bye and take care.